Hi all, welcome back to more DD at Peleliu. It's my take 3 part 23. So the following day from how we left things last night. Just a little unsure about this double advance or fire. So yeah, I popped a question out there. I got a couple of replies. Andrew felt that it probably should just fire. He was curious to hear others chime in with their thoughts. Which is like because of the way it's the advance action is worded. That's how that's why I basically asked the question, because there's the advance action there, and it starts off with if no US units in the tank's field of fire, which isn't the case here because there is units in the field of fire, and I suppose that's what got me wondering. However, Martin chimed in, believing that he reckons he's pretty sure that they would actually carry out the advance. And he gives an example of another one of the actions, advance and fire, which with this example tends to make me think he's right. It says, we're not doing this action, but just to sort of, if you compare it, it says conduct advance as described in the default action above as well, whereas it says that with that as well, right? So it's doing the same things, carrying out the advance. Then if US units are in the tank units field of fire, which is fair enough, so that's a different kind of action, but it's still carrying out the default action as above. And if you look at the second bullet here, it says if no move is possible and US units are in the field of fire. So what it's saying there is you could be sitting right now with US units in the field of fire, but it would still conduct an advance if it could advance. So I'm pretty sure that that's the same. And it does feel like that's how it should be, but I think the word in there is not as clear cut, and does make you wonder. And I think my head was getting a bit sore last night, and maybe that's why I started thinking along the lines. But fair enough. Andrew was thinking the same way as well, that should just fire. So, but I think with that example that Martin's give. So we're going to go with that, and I replied back that that's a worst case scenario for me as well. So generally, if it's worse for you, that's how you should do it. As if you need that in this game. Okay, so this was the first of the purple units to check, wasn't that? Because we were comparing between these two, and we were taking this one first. We're taking this one first based slightly on that compass going the slightly different direction, aren't we? So it might not matter here. Well, actually, it might, because no, I don't think it will, because I think that guy's still going to charge there. Well, no, hold on, because this is going to double advance, so this might actually have an effect. But this was the one I asked. This is how do you compare, because it says you should check the units. Obviously you check the colours on the card from left to right, so we're on the middle purple action, and we're checking the units, and we check the units closest to us, which is the western, isn't it? And western right out. So if we look at these two, they're on the same hex row. So which one do you check first? It doesn't say western, then southern or northern. It just says western. And that's why I then brought this one up. And this is when Martin pointed out to me that the compass was slightly off. It's not directly along to the left, it's slightly off, which would mean this one is slightly closer, slightly more western than that one. So we'll stick with that for that purpose, but for the other purposes, when it comes to western and then southern, then if it said southern, western first, then southern, we would be checking this unit first. It kind of feels a bit off that, and that just all they needed to do was have the compass going straight directly left for have no doubts whatsoever with that. I mean, okay, I know the island's maybe sitting that way in reality, but for game purposes, Anyway, so we're doing this one first, right? We can take the cube away. So he's wanting to advance, and then, so he's going to conduct an advance. So it's been a while since we've done a tank advance. To position it that is unoccupied or occupied and no more than 3 hexes away. Right, so there's no hexes that are, well, that's not technically true. That one's unoccupied. But it needs to be getting closer, doesn't it? It needs to be moving closer to the nearest US unit. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's his nearest US unit. If he moves up there, he's moving further away. So there's no unoccupied hexes. There is Japanese occupied hexes that he can move to, though, however. So the priority is wanting to move to an unoccupied one. Well, we can't do that. Then the next priority would be closest to the tank unit's current position, then highest number. So actually, yeah, well, he not just changed, did I not say that? Is he not just going to change positions with that? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's not getting closer. That's more than 3 away. That is getting closer, and that is getting closer, but that one is closer to that. So that's the one he's going to change places with that. Right? Now that's his first advance. So if the tank is able to complete an advance, then check to see if the unit can advance again. If so, advance the unit a second time following the same procedure as above. Right, so it's going to advance again. So now it wants to look for an empty position. Well, it can't. It doesn't charge in here, does it? No. It's an unoccupied or occupied by non-armour. Yeah, that's infantry. It switch places. But yeah, a non-armour position. Right, it's going to change places with us now, isn't it? Now. Right, that's going to be an interesting one then. I'm not sure how to deal with that next as well then. Right, well, this would be getting closer, this would be getting closer to its nearest US unit. This is 2 away though, and this is 3 away. So it's going to switch places with this blue. Right, and where I'm now struggling is what happens with these purple positions now? Is blue in the card? No. I think that's the tank completed its double advance, and it doesn't fire. It would only fire if it hadn't advanced at all. But it was able to advance. Now, this purple position's been checked. This unit has not been checked. This purple position, I don't think was checked because it was on the second advance. And then this unit's in that position. Oh, I have no idea how to deal with that one. Well, that didn't get us very far. Because we had a situation with it like this before, where a unit moved into switch places with a tank, and ended up in the colour of the position. And I think I went and asked a question about that, and I think Martin said for simplicity, because it was that he would just allow the unit to carry out an action. But I suppose this unit would have been in this position, and it would have been doing something until it switched places, and now it's in a hex. This position's been checked already. I want to say, right, I think I'm just going to go with how I feel here. But I'd like, obviously, anybody that wants to tell me, if they know for sure, obviously, that how it should be done. I think this is a kind of tricky one. But because this position's been checked, this position wasn't checked. It was just we moved to there and then moved to there, so that was part of the action. This position's been checked, so I don't think I'm going to check this. However, I'm going to check this, I think that sounds the sort of fairest way to do it. And hold on, that's a fortification down there. Right, I don't think that moves, does it? I don't think they move. I mean, I've not really put much use with them, so it doesn't feel like it's something that should move, but well, you can let me know if that's it's not, to be honest, it's not going to affect the game because I'm not going to go and attack that, and the only benefit it gives is what gives the unit an ER. Well, actually, if this attacks, no, surely the fortification is in the hex. Right, I'm not going to go and try and ask questions about this. I thought about it at first there, trying to explain this. This feels like another one that's like difficult to explain. I probably need to take a picture and show what's happening here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, this position's been checked already. I'm not checking that. I'm, however, going to check this position, even though this unit wasn't there at the time. So that's how I'm going to do it. I feel like that's probably right, but let me know your thoughts. So, well, yeah, he's next to check, so he's going to want to do the assault. He's not in artillery position. Now, does he have? He doesn't have US units in field of fire though. The tank only had it because it was extending, so he's not got US units in field of fire. But he can still assault into this hex, can't he? I think. So he's going to move to a position when 3 hexes closest to US unit. If US, because he's not got US units in the field of fire, he's got to move to a position hex. There is only this one. He's going in there. Yeah, that's what's happening. Move the Japanese unit death marker to position hex no more than 3 hexes away. May move to an unoccupied or US occupied position. Yeah, that's what he's doing. So he moves from there into there, and we have a close combat. Yeah, I mean, surely the fortification has to stay where it is. It doesn't bring anything with it anyway, I don't think. I mean, in this scenario, it only gives the hex an AR weapon requirement, doesn't it? Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, there's not really any information about the fortifications unless you look in the BNR scenario rules. The way I'm reading it though, it still feels to me like it's something that is part of the hex. It wouldn't sort of move about with the unit. So I'll go with that. And again, if anybody feels that should be otherwise, they can let me know. So this is an attack in red. So this is a close combat we're going to deal with. Let's shove that out of the way. So I think we've got 4 steps, but that's going to be it, isn't it? And I don't think we know what this is. Well, unless it was, oh yeah, I think we do. I remember it now. It was a horrendous unit. Okay. Right, well, remember this is not a counter-attack unit as well, Grant, so, and they are attacking, so they're going to get a few cards here. So we're going to get 4 for the steps. Let's look into that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for the steps, that's all we're getting. They are going to get 1 for the unit, 1 for the depth, 1 because they're attacking and not in counter-attack stance, 1 because they've got 4 strength at least, 1 because they've got a CC. Now the fight is in just brush, so I think that's where we stop. Mountain Coral. Units attack, no. Night Turn is underway, no. So it's 5 cards, they only had 1 CC, yeah. So 5 cards they're getting to our 4, but well, we know why this is generally went. I say it's been. I think both of my take 2 and take 3 have been not very fortunate when it came to the close combats, but okay, so we're fighting in red. They get to fire first. Let's go. Okay, no red. Good start. I I think I want to fight this one out because I don't really want them taking that position, you know. So I think we've got to give this one a go. So that's a good start. Right, well, we need red here. Right, back to them. The mass US fire and counter-attack doesn't count. Right, come on, show us some red here. Right, okay, we get a hat. No event. So they are disrupted and they lose a card. And it was a red. Good. Right, they fire us. Oh, I'm like, obviously no red, brilliant. Heroism. So they add a card and we remove a card, don't we? Add a card to card player, reveal and remove a card from the card pile on the other side. If drawn from the Japanese pile and the Japanese unit has no depth marker, add a revealed depth marker. Oh, right. So I didn't actually realise that was going to happen. Well, it's not going to happen. They've got depth. So they get a card. So they're back up to 2 and then we lose a card, which was red. They're back up to 2. Yeah, I just got to go with it, haven't I? They didn't hit us there anyway. So, right, red. Yeah, we get a hat, so we do get that nasty depth marker. So that's eliminated. Oh, and we lose a card. Oh, it wasn't red. So they get to fire with the last card. What when they miss? Well, there was me talking about my my close combat's not being very fortunate. Well, that was a good one. If it hadn't been for that heroism, in fact, well, we still wouldn't have took him out, would we? No, in fact, the heroism didn't really... yeah, no, did it take a red card away from us? It did, didn't it? So we would have had him if it hadn't been for that. Okay, not to worry. Well, no step losses, which was nice. I mean, that could have been another 2 catch royal losses there. So these guys can go back. They are going to be disrupted. And he can go back in his fortified position. Also disrupted. Well, he's disrupted anyway. That's why it's just so frustrating that like Tarawa, if you had them disrupted at the start, they get their first action is remove the disruption marker, and then you get to fire first at them, attack first, and you don't need disruption markers to hit them, you know, to damage them and that. Right. Okay, so that's that done. Why was this disrupted? That must have been attacked and counter-attack, was it? Aye. Yeah. I think we've got all these fixed now. I was watching back a bit more in part 21, but well, I think I've fixed it as best I can. In part 22. So okay, let me know if, you know, should I be activating this unit as well? I don't think so, but because we've checked this position already and another unit's now in that position. We hadn't checked that position. And to be honest, if this guy hadn't appeared back here, I don't think we would have been checking this, and it would have been beneficial to us, I suppose. If if this tank hadn't switched places with that guy. But I'm just going to leave that at that. So, but let me know your thoughts anyway. Okay. More purple. Right, this guy's next. Wanting to advance. He's no US units in field of fire. He's nowhere he can go, is there? Sorry, not advance. Assault. He needs a US occupied or unoccupied hex. It's getting closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is only hex. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So he's nowhere to go. Now he's not artillery though either, is he? Yeah, we've got an artillery one coming up, haven't we? So further up here, this is artillery, isn't it? And we've got guys in the beach landing boxes. Yeah. So artillery fires, looking for a triangle. This is a priority, so he's taking a hat. Typical. Okay. Right. Any more purple? And nothing up there. No. No. Right down here. Empty purple. A. Right. We need to have US units in field of fire. Oh no, that's Japanese, Grant. That's right. We've never. Pretty sure it's not within 3. It needs to have US units in its field of fire to do the ambush. Ambush, eligible position, an unoccupied position in Japanese communication with US unit in its field of fire. Well, that's not the case then. So that's not going to do the ambush. Yeah. Oh yeah, we realised that purple was on the card with us, right? So, well, he's got US unit. He's going to assault. That's what I said. I said I think that's a better result. I mean, I might not be seeing that in a minute or two, but you know, because he would have hit one of these definitely, because the catastrophe it was, and disrupted it if they'd just done normal fire. So he is a non-artillery position with US units in the field of fire. It's going to move into the closest US occupied hex in the field of fire, then conduct close combat. So yeah, so he's going to move into there, and we're going to have another close combat from A20. And now the position is a non-position hex, so it's going to use the purple from where it came as the colour. And yeah, I mean, we've got just the 4 cards, but right, let's see what we get. Oh, it's a wee weakling. Mind you, we didn't have the machine guns for it. So okay. So we get now, is it in, oh, you know what, it's one of the ones that's in the jungle on the road, so I'm assuming it's got to be classed as jungle. Okay, sticking together. So four for us, 4 steps, 3, 4, and that's that. They get 1 for the unit. Right, hang on. I always like to look at this, but 1 for the unit. 1 because they're attacking. They've not got 4 strength, they've not got CC, but the fight is in a jungle, so they're getting 1. So they're getting 3 cards, which is a bit annoying. If it hadn't been in the jungle, I would have felt pretty good. Right, again, I don't want to be bailing out on this, so we're just going to have to hope for the best. So the combat's in. It's purple they're looking for. So here we go. They fire first. Hit, US fire and counter attack doesn't apply. We lose a card and take a hit. Oh, look at the card. Look at the card. Oh. Okay, we take a hit on I37. Where are you? So that's another catastrophic loss. We've discarded our card already. That was cruel. Not only a hit, but heroism on it. Right, we fire back, needing purple. Oh! Conscript surrender, I think he's going. Yes. Conscript surrender applies only if drawn from the US pile. If the Japanese unit is not elite, is not a tank unit, and has no depth marker, the unit is eliminated. The combat is over, remove the unit from play. This event is disregarded if drawn from the Japanese pile or the unit is elite or a tank or has a depth marker. How about that? No colour on the card as well. So he's straight up eliminated. Well, I'll take that. Wow. That was, right, well, there you go. There's a couple of close combats, Grant, that have went your way. Oops. So these cards can go back in that order. I mean, we did get another catastrophic loss there, though, but come on. You can't, I don't think you can grumble about that. So then they are, they're going to be disrupted, aren't they? Well, that's a move through the road, so I can still move straight into A20, I believe. And now, is there anything to say that I might not have been disrupted there? No, because the the close combat ended it still ended in elimination, Grant. End the close combat elimination. The survivors remain in the hex and become disrupted. Yeah. Okay. Well. There we go. Right, I think that's all with purple. Yeah. So finally on the card, we've got green hitting leaders. Green here, just normal fire though. No lettered action, but it will hit leaders. Right, no US units field to fire, no US units field to fire. Same there as well. Yeah, the other tank down there is in brown, so he's not doing anything. Looking for green. This is the only other green along here. No US units in field to fire. I think that's it. Yeah. Well, that was pretty good. And could have went a lot worse. Now we took another catch-all at loss there, so how many we got now? 4, 8, 12, 16, 24, 28. Ooh, we're sitting at 30, so that was... Yeah, we're getting it's getting too tight. It's tight again, isn't it? We've got a bit of breathing space. I think we stretched out to being 5 away, but that's... Once we go into this next turn, we're only going to be 4 away again. And no artillery on the cart. Wait now. We've got some disruption removal. So, undisrupt red, purple, and green. So there's a purple which unfairly gets removed because, anyway. Red up there, which is a bit of a bummer, but then again. And this one's yellow, so he stays down. And this is just a counter-attack 1. Yeah, I mean, it's not in any covered position as well, though, so it's going to have to wait until just the next attack, and then it'll remove its disruption in the counter-attack part of the fire phase, yeah. Okay, that's it. That's Japanese fire card done. Going to move on to the second event. We got a good first event, didn't we? Was it naval fire marker? Right, so second event on turn 15. It's not adding depth, so that's good. Lost disrupt, 1 US infantry unit in a jungle. Well, I hope that's not going to screw anything up. Right, how do we pick that then? Right, event description says disrupt 1 US infantry unit in a jungle hex. If more than one, the unit with the fewest steps. Then unit with the target symbol on the event card. Then the unit furthest from a US landing beach hex. If no units qualifying, no event. Right. So somebody that's in a jungle that's got the fewest steps. Okay. So we know they've got 2 and 3. Well, they're disrupted already anyway, so can't be. Now, surely HQs cannot be disrupted. Leaders cannot be disrupted, can they? Did we not read that somewhere? Because this is what brought the query up from Tracy regarding the hero that I disrupted, but if I find leaders, I'm sure it's a bit and it's in red, is it not? Leader disruption. Heroes and regimental HQs do not become disrupted by Japanese... he's an infantry HQ though, Grant. Infantry HQ units may become disrupted due to close combat and enemy fire and actions. Well, I think he can then. So I think he's classed as one step as well. So unless we can find another 1 step, I mean, these are on a road, but in my opinion, they're still in the jungle. So that's 1 step. That's 3. Well, that's only 1. I'll tell you. Well, no, he's not. There's a diamond that's on this card. Which is a pity. because he's going to be further away from the beach. There's a tank. Oh, there's a tank. There's a diamond. Oh, I don't want to disrupt him. Oh, it's an infantry unit. It's only one infantry unit. Disrupt one US infantry unit. Ooh, yeah. Does infantry HQ classed as that then? I don't know. I think this has been debated before as well, isn't it? I want to say that Martin maybe made some comment on this before, and turns out that wasn't classed as an infantry unit because it's an infantry HQ. I might have that the wrong way about though. So the tank doesn't count then. See, this is another one step that's, I mean, is that fair because it's on the road? And it just says in a jungle hex. I wonder, maybe just going to have a wee search for that event. See, somebody's maybe. Well, I suppose I should check it. There's a lot more to check here, Grant. This could be, no, there's 2 steps. That's not in jungle, that's not. These aren't. That probably is. He's 1 step as well, but he's a circle. And then we've got these guys up here. He's 2 steps, so's the infantry HQ. He's an infantry HQ with 1 step. And he's 3 steps. I don't think I've seen anybody that's in jungle with 1 step that's got the symbol, that's got a diamond. Oh, I might have. Oh, he's a 2-stepper. I wouldn't have minded him just getting disrupted. They're just brush. That's 2 steps. That one's our strongest unit on the board, I think. 4 steps. Okay. Well, I don't think there's anything with 1 step that's got the symbol. So the next part was few steps, symbol. Then furthest from a US landing beach hex. So my guess is it could be, well, to be honest, I think it might be that guy there. If we're able to count the leaders. Problem is with them, there was no way of them having the symbol. But if nothing at all's got the symbol, then you're kind of screwed there, aren't you? Where was the other 1-stepper I had? Was it there? No. There was something with 1 step in a jungle that didn't have the. I know we had that tank. No. I think it's this guy down here, isn't it? No, he's 2 steps. That's not jungle. Where was that? I was sure there was some other unit with 1 step. I've lost it now. Was it this? Yeah. Yeah, it's this guy. I mean, he's a triangle though, so that doesn't fit. I mean, I wouldn't have been too bothered if he got disrupted, really. It would have been typical if he'd had, because he's just been sitting in that hex for ages. And got whittled down. Okay, I'm going to go and check for the event. And okay, I think I found the answer, and it was baffling me, this, because I look back. This was a thread that a question I posted back in 2018, and I think I looked over this thread while we were playing recently here, because it was a question. It was regarding an infantry HQ being considered in command, and it was Martin that answered it, and he was a little confused at first. And the reason I wanted to know was because I wanted a tank to support the attack. But anyway, without going into that whole thing, he had said that he didn't think it was, but however, the point here is regarding what an infantry HQ is. So here's the answer. Here's part of his answer there. Oh, I've got glare from above there, the little lamps. He says, I would argue that in the situation you describe, it can't allow tanks to fire because infantry HQs per definition are not infantry. And then it's this bit here. It says, the rules are clear that the term infantry refers to regular and heavy infantry units. Infantry HQs belong to the HQ category. Well, WASP says disrupt one US infantry unit. So I'm going to go with that. And say that these are not, the HQs are not classed in this category for this event. Okay? I mean, basically based on that. It was that, or I was going to ask the question again about, so I'm going to go with that. Let me know again if I'm getting it wrong. So I think that means he's 2 steps, so we're not considering the HQs. So I think it might be that guy actually. He's 1 step. That's fine. That's 2 and 4 steps. That's just 2. That's 2. That's 2. And remember, the tanks don't count again because it's got to be an infantry unit. They're not in. That's 2, and that's 3, and that's 2. And that one, that one's a 1 as well. Well, it doesn't matter. Well, actually, I'd rather have him getting disrupted. I think that might be the case as well. So it's going to be either him. Now, hold on. What did we have down here? No, this was 2 as well, wasn't it? And the rest are all just in brush. So there's a 1 in there, and which is a circle, and there's a 1 in here, which is a triangle, isn't it? Yeah, and it's a diamond on the card. So it's going to be one of these 2. We don't have the symbol. So then the unit furthest from a US landing beach hex. So he is only 1, 2, 3, 4 away, and he's clearly more than that. So he's going to be the one that goes disrupted. Okay. That's fine. Right. And yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with that, but again, if it should be. The fact that they couldn't be looked at to check the symbol sort of gives you a warning. Alarm bells go there thinking, well, if you can't check the symbol on the infantry HQs, are we meant to be even looking at them in the first place? So, okay. Right, I'm at 38 minutes. I suppose, could I not just wrap up a short part here? That was the second event, wasn't it? Lost, disrupt 1 US infantry unit in a jungle hex, yeah. We're just going to go with the wording on that infantry unit. It's not quite the same as, I think he's right. If you look, there's places which have infantry or infantry, infantry HQ, so they're 2 separate things. And they've still got the word infantry. They're still units. That's kind of what bothers me, but anyway. And yeah, I think in that question, I think Martin did say that it was another bit that maybe could have been clarified better. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to just do the HQ phase and just call this a short part, I think. I'll come back to the next US action. I thought I was going to be able to just whiz through it there, but I need to go and get the dogs out now. So, well, HQs, well, this guy's landed again. So, possibly could put him down. Well, wait now, blue is firing into there actually, so I can't, because that's a tank. 7-1. Now we left it down the last time, and 5-1. Well, hang on, garrison. No, are we not wanting to garrison, or have we done the garrison last time? No, we have not. So he can garrison that now, can he? Well, he's got no field of fires, is he? That one. So this is occupied, and it's within command range of 2. from that command post, and it can trace US communication. Yeah, so that's getting garrisoned, and this one should be as well. It's within 2. Okay. And where's the 3? Yeah, no, it's a hero, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. And then this one as well. Again, all within range, all not in field of fire of a Japanese unit, and all able to trace communication. Okay, so that was that. And then, yeah, that's only 3. Yeah, 1, 2. Well, that's garrisoned already anyway. And this has got a range of 3. Well, we've done all that. Yeah, I was sort of wondering about keeping. I think I'll just keep that ticking over, to be honest. However, the 5, this one, should I maybe lift this up again now? I think I maybe should. Well, I mean, if I let it stretch to 3, it's maybe going to get that if we eventually get it. But that's it, really. And then if I lift it up, this tank is still going to be in command. Okay, the other things within, yeah, this one's not going to be in command, but yeah, it's well, no, we know what this is now. This is a CC anyway, so we don't really need that tank. Yeah, I'm going to lift it up. I'm going to lift 5-1 up. So that drops his command range off, and we're going to leave 7-1 down, so it goes up to 3. So it's going to get to 4 next turn. Yeah. Right. Okay. So moving on to, it's going to be US action phase next. I'm going to take a break there though, and well, no, I'm just going to cut this part, aren't I? First, I was thinking about just pausing it. But it's 42 minutes. That's fine. And then come back to the US action phase. Might get it done later. Our work's going to kick in a bit more now again, but I'll still get bits in here and there. So I'll be back later this evening, maybe. Cheers.